I have some really generous friends that are very good at gift giving.
I know. I
And
feel like I'm surrounded by them
and
too.
I've been friends with them for a really long time, and I just had to release it. I was like,
So do you think that the gift givers that I'm talking, like when I feel like I'm the birthday guy and people are giving me stuff, and then do you think if it's not reciprocated at some point in the relationship, do you think they just stop doing it, or are they always going to be
but
lavishly?
then have you been generous to those people in other ways in recent months?
Yeah, maybe.
That's the thing. Like, and so I know that there's many times where we're with people and whatever, if we're having a lunch and we want to pay for them and they have a hard time accepting that.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, you don't know. This is just you
Oh, when you put it
accepting
in that
lunch, right? Like, just
context.
accept it. And so when someone brings me a gift and I was like, oh, I didn't know we were exchanging gifts. I don't even think that anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to say like, wow, thank you. That it was really unexpected and I'm really grateful. Thank you for the gift.
When you put it that in that context, because I know that there are people that have trouble receiving like I'll pay for your lunch, or the other day I was feeling
You have high value for having lunch with people. You really do. Like, you have high value for having a meal with
it's
people.
true,
You do. And you love to pay for them.
but I was going to fill up the rat
Not
traps.
always, but
I'm filling up the rat traps, and I'm filling up my neighbor's rat traps. We fight together. We're neighbors. And so she was saying, like, give me your email so that I can e-transfer you the money. It's like $15 per trap. So it's not even like, I said, don't worry about it. Like, I'm going to take them there. You've filled up your traps more than I've filled up mine. So I'm like, and it was like a big, like, no, just, I don't want your money. So when you put it in that context, I think that imagine people did that at Christmas. Somebody came and gave you a gift and you're like, nope, I can't take
give
a
me your
gift.
email address.
Give
I
me your
need to pay you
email.
back.
I have to pay you. Oh, that all okay. That came all full circle in my heart. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Um, I would like to.
I should,
Not
and
this year.
I
Oh, did you
should
just
look
shit
at,
yourself?
no, but it is wise to examine my life and review, am I generous? Am I taking from the people around me or am I giving? And I'm not talking about finances. I'm not talking about gifts. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about emotion. Like,
Yeah. So is it a thing?
yeah, when I
Of
spend
value in me?
when I spend time with people, is it about them or is it about me? Am I asking them questions? Do I care about their life?
In addiction, I was very generous with very selected people and circumstances.
Ooh, that was a little bit of manipulation.
It's all not,
For
it's
sure.
100% manipulation. So then in recovery, we come in, we be transformed into, we're generous. We don't choose to be generous. We don't. I think there's a part of playing God. It's the same concept of like, I'm choosing who to let go of. I'm holding on to these things. No, we let go of everything and everyone. It's the same thing. I don't choose who to be generous to. I'm generous.
And I can see like
Ooh,
there are generous
really
people who come early to an event and say, hey, how can I help? Like, do you need help setting up? But there's generous people who will stay late at an event. Like, can I help you tear down? There's not a lot of those people, but there's a few who will be like, hey, can I help you tear down? There's generous people who will just like sit with you and like just ask you questions.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're going to talk about giving today. Hi guys, how you doing?
Morning.
We are December the 20th. 4 more sleeps. Is it 4 more sleeps before Christmas? It's so different to have little kids to older kids. I remember there was a transition of like me getting up and children not being up. And I'm like,
You would
okay,
wake
everybody
them up.
I would start knocking on
You
doors.
did that last year.
Start cooking bacon.
You woke someone up last year.
All right, December the 20th. Al-Anon gives me, or the 12 steps, the fellowship of the 12 steps gives me a priceless opportunity to do something for others. But let me not overlook the fact that helping someone else gives me more than I give. Helping someone else gives me more than I give. I have the satisfaction of lightening another's burdens. I can clean up misconceptions about the program that will help my friend make greater strides in setting her or his life in order. This in itself would be ample reward for me. But I also have the self-help experience of clarifying my thoughts and seeing my own problems in a new light. Self-helping experience. So when I'm like working with another person, I can see how messed up they are, and it helps me to go, oh, light bulbs come on. Today's reminder: no one in our fellowship is under the obligation to anyone else. Let me not adorn myself with a halo of a good deed. For in doing it, I have done more for myself than for the person I tried to help. The more light we generate for others, the better we can see ourselves. Even a word spoken or written in a far off land may reach me and throw a new light on a perplexity of my own. So true. Here's our quote. This is from Shakespeare. Remember that guy? I struggled with that guy in like grade 9 and 10. Wow. How far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world.
Naughty world.
That's cool. I asked a guy. That's funny. That's what naughty world. I asked a guy in AA that I know helps a crap ton of people. And I said, do you like meeting with people? Like, you meet with a lot of people. And he goes, I love it. I was like, oh, okay. What I realized is that he was, I believe now, looking back on it, in step 10 and 11, it's all about personal contact with God and spending the time in a relationship. And the side effect of that is wanting to pass on that same message of grabbing somebody's hand and leading it into the hand of God. And that's what he was so excited about. But it was just a side effect of his relationship with God. And so God gives us comfort and safety and sanity and love and peace and contentment and those things inside of me. And the only way I get more of it is by giving it away to somebody else and sitting, holding their hand, but not like clenching it, but waiting to give it to God. And that's a beautiful, miraculous thing.
Yeah,
And
that's a good picture.
That's how I get more than I give.
It's a really good picture.
You can't outgive God.
Nope.
Imagine we all tried to outgive God. How different things would be.
The world would be a very different place, that's for sure.
I was really impacted by listening to a guy talk about love. Like, they know that we are children of God by our love. And he was comparing different kinds of love. Like, at a restaurant, you get love from your server, your waiter. Is a very loving person because he's bringing you all of your things. But would he die for you? Would he like sacrifice his paycheck for you?
Yeah.
That's like, do I have love of the world? Like, do I have love like the world loves you? Like a waiter would love you because he's serving you? Or do I have the love that God has reflected us? That, love of death and finances and everything that I would sacrifice for another human being. Do I have that kind of love? And then, is that the kind of love? Am I holding on to it because I'm scared that I'll give it all away and then I won't?
It'll run out.
I'll run out.
Have you run out?
No, but maybe I'm not giving it away. No, I believe that's my goal on a daily basis is to.
I think it's an area that we've been growing in.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. Like, I'm not suggesting that there's not room to grow. I think that's a beautiful place to be is, oh, I have room to grow. And it's like, if I like
when you word it like that, you make it sound like we have a deficit. But I just am saying, like, when I think about us 15 years ago, when you started in recovery and our lives started to change, where we are today, we have grown a lot, right? And so that's like, I think it's amazing to see that as I continue to turn, I grow.
Watch and turn. I believe that there's lots of room to grow. They can't hear. There's lots of room to grow. There's room to grow for everybody.
Right.
And I think the beautiful way that the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous puts it, one of the relationships that I have with God is the agent of the principle. So I am I am like, as an insurance company, I get to go and be the insurance. Like, I'm not giving you the money for your house or your car that you wrote off, but I come as an agent, as a representation. So now I'm a representation of God's love. That's the goal. And so hopefully we can grow in that, because I grow in God's love in a personal relationship.
Mhm.
And then the only outcome is to like puke it out on everybody. Just puke love everywhere. All right. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep the peace, be of good behavior. And that's all I
Thank you, Judge John.
have. Bye.